So we're talking about this whole issue, which is on the front page of the Daily Nation, with regard to the tax cases that, you know, have crumbled so far.
I think we are going to be around this issue for quite a long time because being an issue that comes from the criminal justice system, as it were, you find that the way these particular cases were withdrawn was quite rushed. You know, sometimes it sounds like if you're allowed to go to court, then anyone is being unjust to you. You know, all of us have got a right to actually be heard. And some of these people, withdrawing these cases, has actually done much more harm to them, because you've denied them the day in court. And if they were innocent, then they would actually go to court and prove it otherwise. So as much as probably going about this is looked at as political, Wakili asked, then does the DPP confirm that his office is not as independent as it should be? And that is he accepting? And if he accepts that truly a lot of these cases had actually gone to court at the behest of political machinations, then why should he be still in office? If you know too well that while I was here, I was unable to stop games that are extrajudicial, and then now you are accepting responsibility. Why haven't he, for example? So the guys who are asking him to step down are actually also justified on that particular end. But then there is an issue, I think, that we spoke about while sometimes back last year, and it almost related to these issues. First of all, there's quite a big problem. You know, the investigating officers, if you were to listen to the investigating officers and the way they are treated by the office of the DPP, for example, you realize that there's quite some very bad blood, for example, between DCI and the investigating agencies, that when investigators show up at DPP's office with evidence in the file, it looks like they are the ones who actually are on trial. Because on the other guy, on the other side, the prosecutor, the guy taking up the case, actually treats you as if you are here to actually cause a problem. So our courts are so robust, our judicial system in and of itself is actually quite robust, and that if anyone takes an issue or a matter that is actually unjust, the courts have actually come out on some very difficult matters. So denying these guys their day in court in itself has actually harmed them. So when Waziri Aisha Juma goes around, and when there is a heat, political heat, people will always point at this. When the chairperson of the Communication Authority goes around and there is political heat, people will always use this. So this is a lot of political fodder for political fire, and it's not necessary, because when people go to court, you know, like people who've gone through these processes before, a good example is the Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi. You know, during the days about Anglo-leasing, for example, all the tribunals that were set up and everything else, he went through the process and then he's been cleared. So every time people have brought up the issue, and even the media has done that every time he comes up, and while you ask that, he says that we went through a competent process and I was found to be innocent. So whereas the DPP has got this power, there is a breakdown between DCI, specifically DCI and DPP, and they're not working together very well. We've seen the push and pull. It wasn't just about the personalities then, it wasn't just about Kinoti then. It's still about the institutions as they are, and the feeling that sometimes the police do not know what they are doing. Even though if you were to ask them about these cases, they have got a word or two and they know how these things go. Yeah.
So it's a systemic issue.